Berated, B-rated movies. Welcome to Berated, B-rated movies, where B-rated isn't a bad word. I'm Anthony.
And what is up, everybody? I am Brian, as usual.
All right, so this is our berated beginnings.
Making sure my dog doesn't have whatever the fuck, ear infection. It was a fucking pain in the ass, dude. I got so scared. I've had dogs my entire life. And, what do you call it? Always giving them baths, showers. Like, I had pits that would, like, jump in the bathtub with me when I was in the shower.
Yeah.
You know? Never in my entire life ever had a dog that had ear infection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, a couple times ago, I gave her this bath, and all of a sudden, her ear, the inside of it was, like, really red. I was like, what the fuck? And so, like, you would, like, lift it up, and it would smell not horrible.
But it smelled different, yeah,
It
weird.
smelled different. I know it's, like, somebody said something about, like, if it smells like corn chips. And I was like, I don't know about that, but it smelled different. So, what do you call it? Brought her to the vet, and they're like, yep, she's got ear infection. So, they freaking, it was really great fun because they're like, okay, this is what you got to do. You got to hold her down.
Yeah.
Excuse me. They're like, you got to hold her down and put this drops in her ear. And then you got to, like, scrub her ear. And then you got to wait 10 minutes. And then you got to hold her down again. And then put other drops in her ear. And then she can go. And I was like,
I'm lucky I only had one drop.
Dude. So this big 135-pound beast. Yeah.
And my dog is like 40% of the size of your dog.
Dude. No. So now, like, she loves water. So even, like, when she's in, like, the pool, never ear infection. Nothing. The one time in my life she's got. So anyways. Yeah. But no, nothing. And my wife, like, freaked me out. Like, somebody says something, and then you, like, always watch it. So she said that she started just, like, rubbing her ear, and I was like, oh, God. And so, like, I started messing with her ears like this, and then she'd rub it. I was like, oh, God. No. Nope.
Get yourself all worked up.
I did.
I'm like,
hell
more money, more time.
Dude.
More headlocks.
Dude. That was, man, I was getting, like, my ass. We tried to, like, bribe her to, like, lay on the couch, and I'd, like, pin her or, like, over on her bed or, like, something. And so she knew, like, as soon as she saw me, like, go to the medicine cabinet, she's like, fuck you. And she tried to go in her kennel where it's like, damn it. Couldn't get her out of her kennel. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, I'm a year older.
Congratulations.
I know.
Yeah,
right?
we had a stand-in episode for the week you were...
Yeah, there was no way that I'd be able to...
You were off.
I mean...
Well, you had a stand-in episode. I wish I could have been there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I'm looking back at it, I was like, you know what? I got pretty sloshed,
Yeah.
But I've been on a couple episodes where we get pretty tore up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Terrifier 2 episode was pretty bad, but that was like a length issue.
Yeah. There was... What was the one? There were a couple where we tried to keep up drinking as much as we could. We tried to do a fifth in one night. I remember I drank out of that flower vase. That wasn't a good idea.
One of our earlier videos.
Dude. I kept switching my hat, I think.
Yeah.
I had hair and a hat and a thing. God, I'm not even freaking wearing a hat right now. Anyways. So it's no longer in the triple digits.
Nope.
That's great.
But yeah, like...
Good. Strong.
I don't know, like... Okay, so... A lot of my job is handling people with behaviors. And not speaking of any particular night, but there's just some nights where it's like a chain reaction of fights.
Yeah, I used to.
Yeah, and it's like these two people fight, then these two people fight, and these two people fight, and it's like, Jesus, man, it's like, you guys just keep your fucking hands to yourselves. Chill the fuck out.
Yeah, see, it depends on what line of work you do. I used to have to work where I have to handle people fighting. That was a different kind of work.
But I feel like I'm like an old people bouncer at this point.
Dude.
Like it's just
They're
you know,
everywhere.
like standing in between people, telling people to calm down.
See, that's the thing, you know. If they really want to do something, then they do it.
Well, that's the thing is like I'm lucky that in a couple of these situations, like people that like a couple of the people have been bigger than me, and it's like if you wanted to get past me, you probably could.
I love it when, like senior citizens, like used to be like ex-Navy SEALs or like ex-professional boxers,
Yeah.
and like some punk ass fuck was like trying to rob them on like the bus or like try to pickpocket them out in public, and those old people just turn around and whoop their ass. Because I mean, knock on wood, you know, I don't know what it's like to lose a fight, but it probably doesn't feel good to lose a fight, you know. But
Yeah.
then to lose a fight to an old man, like
I know.
like after
Actually, now that you mention that, I had a roommate who, this is when I was stationed in Louisiana. He was born in Texas, like I think like right across the border from where we were in Louisiana, like maybe 40 miles away, and he was talking about like because he used to drink and he would drink and drink and drink like he would drink a fifth and chase it with beer.
God, there's been a couple times.
Yeah, and he said there was one time he was drinking and he's at a bar and there's this old man and he goes to pick a fight with this old man, and so the old man was like, okay, let's fight, and like
No,
and so the old man was just like standing in front of him like just like popping him in the face. He's like, I can keep going if you want me to. Like it was just like the confidence of like I can overpower you right now.
I love watching those videos of like the like drunk people in like Russia and like foreign countries that there's like, oh, or the people that try to fight themselves in a mirror.
Oh yeah,
Dude. So I worked at State Line.
which you are now not smarter than a dog.
Dude.
Or a bird.
I worked at State Line and I didn't know, but there was a buffet out there.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, it wasn't big. It was like the size of my living room, you know?
Okay.
But it was a buffet.
I mean, it's not like that the
The
luxurious and wonderful garden buffet at the South Point.
Dude. But I witnessed
Never
this
eat there.
with my own eyes. So the buffet, and there's a wall, and the wall is a mirror.
Yeah.
And so this dude goes up to the employee. He's like, how do I get to the other side of the buffet? And the lady's like, what? He's like, right there. And she's like, sir, that's a mirror. Like, I see you in the mirror right there. And he's like, oh. And she's like, what the fuck? How do you get to the other? He's like, there's no door. There's nothing. Is there, you know? And you're just like, God damn it. Like, I don't know. That's way more embarrassing than, you know, walking and hitting your face in like a glass door or something.
Like,
You know?
what was it when we watched Killer Kites and the Oracle, or sorry, not the Oracle, the guy who's supposed to be like the Oracle, like walks into the glass door.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's such a strong drink I made on accident.
It's very smooth.
But it's not, dude, it does have
It has a smoothness to it.
the aftertaste. It's fruity because
It's
of,
yeah.
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But, what are we watching tonight?
Okay, so there's a little bit of backstory to this because we tried to do this last week,
Uh-huh.
and I pride myself on my diligent research on where to find movies and to make sure they're available before we start recording.
All right.
That didn't happen last week. I had to cut out like 3 or 4 minutes of the opening to scrub any mention of it.
Well, good thing we didn't base off of the beginning how we're going to do it today.
Well, yeah. So we were going to watch The Barn.
The Barn.
The Barn.
I don't know if we should even say that.
The 2016 movie
Fucking tickle.
directed by Justin M. Seaman. Seaman.
Same thing. No, every time we say that, all I think is like Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
But yeah, this was actually, I think, in Dread's top 5 horror movies of 2016.
Really?
Yeah, like this got a Scream team releasing for both 1 and 2, and then it's on Screambox right now. Well, number 2's on Screambox. That's where we ran into the problem. It was there. We couldn't get this one at all because it's not anywhere.
We were so close.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically this is like what is it? Like some kids get killed in a barn and then they outlaw Halloween. And
you know what? Sorry to cut you off right there. So you know how Halloween this year is on like a Tuesday?
Yeah.
Every year, I swear to God, they always talk about, well, Halloween's on Friday or Saturday. So, you know, if somebody could, like, if Halloween's like on Sunday through Thursday, there's like, okay, well, you know, you're going to get trick-or-treaters on the weekend. I said, if any little fucking kids come up to my door on like October 28th, they're like, trick-or-treat, I'll be like, the fuck it is. I'll 300 kick them right off my fucking front yard.
This is not
Halloween! And fucking punt them. Like, if anybody, I'm serious, like, I know it's Halloween Tuesday and school the next day, but I told my wife, like, we have a tradition where, you know, we'll go trick-or-treating for a little bit, and then we will, what do you call it? Put a movie on out front.
Yeah.
We'll watch a movie, you know, so
basically, like, people don't have to knock on your door. Like, you'll already be outside.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, well, like, there's not a lot of freaking, what do you call it, trick-or-treaters anyways, like in my area.
I don't know if people really trick or treat anymore. Cause,
I
like,
know, but a bunch of...
What was it? Last year we went to, what was that mall? I can't think of the name of it
The
right
Mall
now.
of America, Minnesota?
No, not the Mall of America in Minnesota.
God damn, could you imagine trick-or-treat in there?
I mean, that'd be fun.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, it was one of the malls. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's, I think it's where Fogo de Chao is.
No idea.
It's one of the outdoor ones, but we basically, like, all the stores, like, were passing out candy.
Yeah.
And, like,
Mall trick-or-treating.
they need to up their fucking candy game, but
When I was working at the mall,
yeah.
the first year or two, I was with this company. Like, yeah, go get candy, blah, blah, blah. Then the next year, like, there's like, just give them stickers. I was like, what? And, like, I was like, okay, let's just fucking give the kids stickers and then watch our shrink go up. Like, hey, that's that store that didn't give us Twix this year. They gave us a fucking sticker. I'm going to go steal a T-shirt from them. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But now they do, like, my son's school, probably your son's school, is going to do these things called trunk or treat.
Oh, yeah, I think there is a trunk or treat.
Yeah. Churches do trunk or treats now.
Yeah.
Police stations do trunk or treats. Mall do trick or treats. Schools trunk or treats. So, like, what we were thinking is just going trunk or treating and then taking that candy and pass that shit out.
It's not a bad idea.
Gotta buy our own. But because we still have, so we always end up just buying candy that we will eventually eat.
Yeah.
You know? So when we were younger, we'd go and we'd get like a pillowcase full of candy.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know? And that shit would probably be gone like a month or two.
And you'd put it in a bowl, like when you get home, and the bowl would be like round over the top because you got so much candy in your neighborhood.
And now,
Yeah.
like I see these kids walking around with like the Albertsons shopping bags. And you're just like, where's the rest of your candy? They're like, oh, there's only one. Like my neighbor, the first year that we were here, he was out there, dressed up, everything like that. And he was cut across my yard. I was like, dude, grab candy. He's like, it's okay. I'm like, what?
Everyone's just fucking over candy.
Yeah, candy isn't cool anymore for kids.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Which I remember, I think there was one year when I was a kid. This is way back. Like, he would...
Way back.
That is way back, man. I think I was like, it was like 92 or 93. Like, you would ring his doorbell. He wouldn't answer the door. And then he would, like, run around the back of his house.
Ugh.
And he had on like a hockey mask.
He ran like 11 miles that night.
Yeah. Like he was very committed to this bit. And then he had a chainsaw and he would like rev up his chainsaw and watch the kids run away. And when the kids came back, he'd give them the candy.
Yeah, we had a family in our neighborhood that built like a legit ass, like scary house, haunted house.
Really?
Like, through their backyard, because this is like, where a shitty yard was like a quarter acre.
Okay.
Like if you had a quarter acre, like you're not good.
Okay, so this is like substantial yards.
You have yards. You have area to build.
It's
and
like you're in
shit
middle
that.
America.
Dude. So the end of it, right before you're at the end of it, the dad had the chainsaw and he just took off the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Just take
yeah. You look at the guy and you're just like, you probably wouldn't do anything super cool like that. And then you find that he's the one doing it. You're just like, so that one day out of the year, you're fucking amazing. And everything else, you're just like, what's up? Like,
this is his one day to shine.
dude.
Yeah, he gets up for this day.
Super stoked. Like, like what is, like, I don't know. Anyways. But the barn.
But yeah, so basically, like, a bunch of kids get murdered on Halloween. So then they cancel Halloween for 20 years, and then they decide to do Halloween again.
That seems a bit... I think that we've learned a lesson where if they cancel something in a town because something bad happens, and then on the anniversary of it being canceled, you're going to get fucking murdered again.
Yeah, because you're going to try to do it again.
Like, do something odd. Like, hey, it's been 19 years. I think we'll be okay. Or, hey, it's been 22 years.
Which, yeah, this is like the My Bloody Valentine, or I was looking for like a non-horror reference, kind of like the Footloose of
I've never seen that shit.
I don't remember watching Footloose. I've watched Dirty Dancing.
I was forced to watch Dirty Dancing.
So was I.
Fucking Dirty fucking Dancing. Anyways.
Yeah. But I did watch like, interesting enough, like the I don't think they make the show on Netflix anymore, but there was this documentary series, The Movies That Made Us.
Dirty Dancing better not be in that fucking...
It was in there.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No, there was some interesting stuff about Dirty Dancing, which, like, I'm not normally, like, a fan of that movie, but, like, that was at the production company that made the movie. They didn't have music, like, planned out whatsoever for this movie. So basically, most of the stuff you see in the movie, they put music over the top of what they were doing, and they basically like had a metronome.
Dude, I fucking love like those videos on Instagram where it's like, this was High School Musical without any music, and it's like, yeah, and you're just like,
basically,
what the fuck?
Basically, it was that, and then they hired Patrick Swayze for Dirty Dancing. Spoiler alert.
Wait a second.
Wait. Yeah. But they hired him, and he told them, I don't dance. I can't dance.
All he does is diss.
And it actually, as it turns out...
Rips throats out?
No, like he took the job, like, agreed to do the dancing, because his mom was a dance instructor. And... like, he didn't dance anymore because, like, he was a football player and he did something to his knee. And it was just, like, too much.
Seems like he's full of shit.
There's that part at the end where he jumps off the stage. And, like, and then they get the nobody puts baby in a corner thing or whatever it is. And, like, he did that 15 times because they were trying to get the shot right, where he jumps off the stage.
He's like, yeah, Mentos.
Like, after the 14th time, he's like, my knee is really hurting. He's like, I got one more. And then they nailed the shot on the 15th time. Otherwise, like, they were done. Like, they had no more because Patrick Swayze's not going to jump off the stage.
Or just scrub the thing.
Or there's no stunt Patrick.
They put some sort of black body into it for his
Yeah.
instead of him. Yeah.
But
Dude, so
yeah, I just thought those things were interesting. I don't really care for the movie.
you know what else is interesting? Look up the storyline on them. I can't remember if it was that one or Footloose, but I think it was that one. Look up how old Patrick Swayze's character was,
Oh yeah.
and look up how young that girl's character was.
Oh, Jennifer Grey. Yeah.
But not them in real life, their characters.
Yeah. Which
It's something
apparently
like
they didn't
a
like each other.
40-year-old man and a 16-year-old girl or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And so, like, you hear all these, you know, like, I like seeing the funny side of, like, the movies where there's like, oh, you think it was a love story? It's actually about a 40-year-old man trying to smash a 16-year-old girl.
A 40-year-old prostitute, male prostitute.
There's another one, it was, like, Romeo and Juliet. And there's like, oh, you think that's a love story? Like, it's about two punk-ass kids who, like, deliberately disobey their parents. 8 people get murdered.
Yeah.
And then they don't even get to be with each other in the end anyways.
Because one fake commits suicide, then the other one does it for real, and then they both do it for real.
Yep. Bye.
Which, I remember somebody. I think it was my first hospital job. Somebody was like, you know, describing their love story. It was like, it's like Romeo and Juliet. It's like, what? So you both committed suicide,
And just had a bunch of people murdered?
That's a stupid analogy. Did you actually read Romeo and Juliet?
No, but I saw a cartoon. They live happily ever after.
I'm pretty sure that Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead had a happier ending.
What's that? Like, what was it? Fucking Lou La Bamba?
Oh yeah.
Does that dude's brother fuck his girl?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, anyways. But
yeah, so getting back to the movie. Yeah, basically that's the gist of the story, and then you have these 3 characters. What are they called? This is our movie,
Bad guys.
by the way. The Barn.
Bon. Dude,
Because I had to buy the Blu-ray.
can't see nobody's gonna fucking...
The Boogeyman, Hallowed Jack, and the Candy Corn Scarecrow
Damn.
are these evil beings from inside the barn.
So speaking of the barn,
Sorry, Hawk.
I was going to... Oh, was she laying on it? I don't know if our animals are seen.
I disturbed her.
But, so, I had to go out today, and, like, I went to 2 different liquor stores trying to figure out what was going to speak to me, and I think that somebody thought I was going to try to steal something. But I was looking, and I grabbed a bunch of bottles of liquor, but I decided to go with the E&J brandy, the VSOP, very special old pale. So it's not the entry level, it's the up level.
Ooh.
And it's not the high level, the XO.
Yeah, it's like the sweet spot.
Yeah. Being, like, the way I figured it, you know, back in the day when we probably shouldn't have been drinking, you know, we had to drink in places, like,
Yeah.
you know, that parents couldn't find you, anything like that. So in barns or in, like, sheds, you know, we do some other illegal activities back in the day in these random places. And then, you know, what I was thinking about was that if police officers or somebody showed up and all of a sudden they were like, hey, what are all you kids doing in this barn with alcohol and stuff in it? To be like, oh, we don't know. We were just...
Yeah, where did this come from?
You're going to get busted anyways.
What is this?
You know? So, yeah, I was like, dude. So back in the day, we didn't have, you know, jobs. We had to, you know, get allowance from our parents.
Yeah.
And then you 3 would have to, like, pitch in your allowance and get a freaking bottle of
Sambuca
that you could afford. So I was like, you know what? I haven't had E&J in...
I mean, if you're in super bad.
Yeah.
It's like...
Give me the Goldschlager.
Whatever you do, don't buy fucking Sambuca again.
Dude, when she's like, here's $100. That should cover everything.
It's like, well, yeah, we'll just get a shitload of shit.
$100.
$100 doesn't get you shit.
3 good bottles. Well, big bottles of decent stuff.
And they bought like a fuckload for $100. in that movie.
Hell no. And they bought beer.
And yeah, like
That's what my
insanity.
friends would get so pissed. Like, I'll take shots every once in a while.
But
you
okay,
know?
so like if you're the lady behind the counter and somebody comes up and like, I heard they added extra hops to this, like, and you look like you're under 18, are you just instantly going to card and be like, you're lying?
You're a nerd. But, yeah, it's nerds.
Yeah.
But my friends would always do that. Like, they'd get, like, cheap shit. And so I'd be like, dude, I'm mixing it. It's like, don't mix it. You got to take nothing but shots. And I was like, you guys are gross.
It's a peanut pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they'd get a bottle. There, we started just calling them by the bottle name. It was $6.25. It didn't matter if it was vodka, rum, or gin. $6.25 was how much this fifth was. And so
Wow.
you can imagine how great it tastes.
Probably you needed a killer mixer to kind of drown the taste.
So that's what I would always be like, I need a mixer. There's like, no, because, you know, a mixer, you're pouring in, what? My drinks are probably like 6, 7, 8 shots,
Yeah.
you know, and then put it in the mixer. There's like, no, imagine if you just took 6, 7, or 8 shots.
Well, that's the thing is like we would buy, when I was in the military, we would do the military special, which was like $8 for a fifth. But you would get like 2 or 3 of those, get a couple of those huge jugs of like Hawaiian Punch or Kool-Aid or whatever, and dump it all in a cooler.
Yeah, jungle
and,
juice.
And you don't taste the shitty alcohol anymore.
Nope, you would get whole grain liquor, white lightning. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, it was usually like vodka.
No,
They would go into the jungle juice.
dude. No, ours was, we'd cross state line and get moonshine.
Oh shit.
Pure grain like liquor, and that no matter what you do with moonshine or that pure grain liquor, whatever it was, it would always out taste the freaking juice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so even if you put, you know, we'd put all the fruit, all the juice, all the soda into the pool, and like it'd dye your hand red.
Damn.
Yeah, like it was no joke, but it was like 1 or 2 cups and you're gone.
I wonder if like the makers of like, you know, way back when they were making or inventing Kool-Aid and Hawaiian Punch, they were like, this is a great family drink. Mm-hmm. Meant for the enrichment of the whole family.
Yep.
And nowadays it's like, you want to get fucked up? Mm-hmm. Let's go get a couple giant jugs of fucking Kool-Aid.
Let's get a kiddie pool. You know what? Like, I don't even think that we washed that kiddie pool, man. But anyways.
No, I'm just checking. Make sure we're still good and up and going.
Yeah, I don't even think that they would wash that kiddie pool. They would just throw all the... Well, I mean, well, you think about it. You buy a new one, obviously. Hope, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee none of my friends, like... I don't think I ever stay at the park long enough. Like, what the fuck do you do with all that fruit and everything the next day? Or, like, that night? Like, anything? I don't know.
Does it just sit there and, like, ferment?
I mean, it can't. One time, we were in China, and we bought a watermelon, and we, like, just put it in the fridge, and we were there, I don't know, a month. And one day, we went home, and we started eating the watermelon. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this isn't good. It fucking fermented.
Ugh.
So, no, dude. We fucking ate that. We got so fucking hammered off like a watermelon.
Oh, this is like that southern thing where you like cut a hole in the watermelon and just put a bottle in there.
Nope. This was just straight watermelon. Put it in the fridge. Let it sit there for about a week, maybe 2. And went home, and I was like, hey, before we get home, I go, you know, maybe let's have a drink. And so I grabbed a bottle of rum on the way home and went up to our loft, whatever, and we started eating the watermelon, and it was carbonated. That's what it, you know.
Oh, okay.
And so you're just like, this is fermented, you know. So we had that, and it got us pretty tore up. And then something fucked up. A couple years ago, our buddy, it was his birthday. So his birthday, we went to a nice restaurant and we ordered a cheesecake to go. So we got a cheesecake and they gave us strawberry whatever for the side.
Yeah.
So it was fine. Like we left it, I think with like 2, maybe 3 days tops. We came home, like we let our son start eating the cheesecake and everything like that. And I started taking some bites and I was like, what the fuck? And so I get my wife, I was like, dude, you need to taste this. And she eats it. She's like, what the fuck? And we had already been letting our kid, who was like, I don't know, 3, 4 years old, like eating this cheesecake. And it was fucking the strawberry stuff had fermented. So he'd been eating fucking fermented strawberry puree or whatever it is on top of the fucking cheesecake. And I was like, all right, well, there goes our son getting drunk off of fucking fermented strawberry sauce. Yeah, so we had to like hurry and like try to like cut the top of it off and then like let him eat the shit that wasn't fermented.
Yeah.
Dude. It was fucking nuts, man.
That's crazy.
But, oh, it's so strong. But like, yeah, it's got that aftertaste that it sneaks up.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's fruity. But, all right.
Ready to
let's
take a break?
Get a refill.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you on Friday and watch The Barn.
The Barn.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. This podcast is available on all major podcast networks and YouTube. If you like what you're hearing, please follow, like, and subscribe to us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.